Hello YouTube, this is Ithikial doing a combat mission battle for Normandy during action report. It is a multiplayer quick battle match against Slim from the Few Good Men and Battlefront forums. Slim approached me a few months ago for a game, and we got one set up for August when things got a bit quieter on my home front. So yeah, this is the start of the battle. He let me pick the map and the forces to a limited extent. He just requested no hedgerows or minimal hedgerows, and I think he wanted to play Axis, the Germans, so I let him do that. And I picked pretty much everything else. So I picked this map. I don't know who made this one, so if anyone can help us out, let us know. And it's a bit different. It is a bit of a hilly one on my side of the river here, as well as a main town centre on his side. And you've got an enormous amount of objectives to try and take for a quick battle. It's not just you're all fighting over the same objective. You are fighting over the same objectives, but you've got to really pick out which ones you want to focus on. You can't possibly, I think, cover all of them here. So anyway, so this is the battle. I also picked, you'll notice the weather. It is a nice foggy, rainy day. Let's mix it up a bit. That's one little bugbear I've got when I see people post quick battles and all that. It's always a lovely, clear summer's day. Mix it up, folks. Come on. Make it a bit more of a challenge. You know, let your forces get in a little close. That's what I'm thinking here. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm thinking the obvious objectives is the major rail station here and the hotel, where I can get a good line of sight across most of the map, even in this poor weather. And then I've really got to decide road bridge or rail bridge, and when do I really push. I'm thinking of not really pushing forward quickly at all. May take this side of the river and just hold this line, and I'll see where he goes before I commit to trying to take the town. I'm not even going to try with the chateau. It's simply too far, and there's a lot of ground to cover. I got a nagging feeling most of this battle we fought over these bridges, because we've got victory locations on both sides that are worth from the same point group. So, for instance, if I got forces here and he's got forces there, no one gets the point. So you really got to clear it. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a fight over two bridges, and the question is, where do you put the real effort in terms of your manpower? But I think the hotel and this major objective here will be my easy holds, I'll call them that. They should be pretty simple for me to get a hold of and hold on to throughout the battle. Anyway, and so that's the real map. He's playing with the German Heer Forces, just regular German army. Myself, I am Polish. I picked Polish simply because, well, I haven't played Poland for a very, 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 very long time. So I thought I'd mix it up a bit more that way. Now, I've got 2,560 points. It is a medium-sized battle on a map this size, so there we go. That's what I've got to play with. Not a whole lot, especially for a map that size, so there could be a lot of manoeuvring around. The other interesting thing... So where was I? The other interesting thing about choosing Poland is in Normandy, Poland didn't really have an infantry division in play. It was a big armoured division, so a lot of lorried infantry, mechanised infantry, and tanks. Probably most famous towards the end of their Normandy campaign when they fought closing the Falaise pocket. I'm never good with French. But coming down from the north there. So they've got a very unique list. They don't have airborne, obviously, not at this stage anyway. And they've got a very interesting selection of other forces, a bit more limited here and there. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to take. I need a good infantry force, I know that. And I'm thinking possibly at least 2 companies. It's a Commonwealth support. Machine gun battalion could be good at these distances. So let's start with that. Let's get an infantry force together. See how many points I'll lose with that. I don't think I'm going to need a lot of the motorised transport because once I get into position, there's going to be a lot of waiting before anything really gets committed further. So having all these trucks and half tracks lying around is just wasted points, I think, and just tank bait. So I'm thinking 2 dismounted companies of infantry. Let's have a look here. Scout platoons. Mortars, okay, so let's... And the machine guns, okay. They should be Vickers, so... Yeah, if I take the machine guns... Let's see how I can get away with that. Okay, I can get away with dropping a company and having that. What tanks am I going to need, though? I mean, it's a mix. Both sides have mixed forces. So I need to try and find some armour. I don't think the Recce... Yeah, I don't... medium tanks... Oh, I had Cromwells. They had Cromwells in the Polish Armour Division? Sorry, my history buff brain is trying to think. Let's see what that looks like. 5 troop... well, I can't afford it. Yeah, they're Stuarts. Yeah, they're all Stuarts. Oh, and they're the Cromwells. Cromwells could be interesting. I think they're slightly cheaper than Shermans. No, I don't think I can really... Armoured Regiment, Sherman, what's the difference here? I think this is the different formations. One's got Fireflies. I'm going to need Fireflies. Expecting at least some Panthers. The problem is I can't really afford anything. So let's quickly just whittle this down to only 1 squadron. And I don't need more infantry. Okay, so 3 squadron. Let's have a look. I still can't afford you. Can probably afford some troops. Ah, that's what's different. They have a whole platoon of Fireflies rather than the Fireflies mixed in with the other parts of the regiment. So, you know, the standard British regiment has... Yes, that's different. Yes. Ah, wait. They do have Firefly options here. I may go, yeah. Okay, so I've just worked out the... I'm sorry, I'm thinking as I'm typing it. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 things at once. Standard male brain, I can't do that. So they've got a choice of actually keeping the Fireflies all together or not. I think that's the difference here. Here you see in the other Sherman troops you can't get a Firefly. So if I try and get the regular British recon tank... Yeah, they're all Stuarts. No, I can't. Stuarts are not going to be enough. So if I go down the standard British setup and we go down to just 1 squadron. Still can't afford this, I know, but... So there's your Firefly. Let's get a Firefly here too. What's the substitute? Yeah, get some Fireflies at least... I don't need the Rhinos, that's wasted points for this. Rhinos, of course, are Shermans with the... I forgot what I was going to say now. With the prongs at the front, to break through hedgerows. The American invention during the different stages of Normandy. We are fighting in August, so the Rhinos have become available, but I really don't need that at this point. I'm not going to afford that either. Let's delete some whole troops here. Really don't want to go below that. Rarity is not a problem, it's just my regular points. I swear I was going to afford this. What if I change that I can't afford this? It's only 157 points. Oh, that's right. I still got all the motorized, all the trucks and everything. No, I don't. This is... Oh, I don't think anti-tank troop. Mounted. Yeah, I'm going to need pits. Medium mortars will be on map. They're cheaper, and also I think you get better connection because they're actually, you can easily set them up. So they've got a really good communications with the other forces on map. So we don't need the anti-tank sections. Yeah, and the scouts. It would be interesting. He probably got more MGs, sorry, SMGs, but yeah, let's try and. No, I need the mortar set. Can't get rid of that. Oh, delete that. Okay, I'm getting closer. Okay, I think I can get rid of the scouts. And I will also get rid of the anti-tank there and the scouts there. Okay, I'm under budget already. Scouts weren't that expensive actually, but that really does ruin my chances of seeing some off-map support. And here, I don't think I'm going to need the full. I think I need one platoon, honestly. No, I don't need the headquarters either. I just want a platoon. Yeah, one platoon of machine guns. That's enough Vickers. You got enough from both sides. One section for each company be fine. I'll leave the battalion on just for the extra bonus. I may bump you up a little bit. I want some half-decent leadership, and I'm going to bump you up further. Same with the 2IC. I'll leave that as, I know it's negative. I don't want negative leadership at that high level. So just bumping up the leadership. Keep in mind the leadership here filters through the entire force, except for the tanks, of course. So let's make sure these guys are half decent with their company HQs. So he's not. So let's give him a +1. And same again. So everything's at least a positive, little bit of a bonus in the leadership department. Platoons I won't bother about. That could be a bit overkill, and that does cost points to do that. Okay. So I've got all the on-map mortars. I am probably going to need an attachment which is called a forward observer. I will get... Ooh, breach guns could be nice. So I'll get 2 forward observer. Oh, they're expensive. Alright, 2 for the moment. Breach teams are I always like breach teams, especially when they'll only come in handy if, and they're expensive, 43 points, wow. They'll only come in handy in that final stage of the battle if I'm trying to take the town. They're going to be useless in an open field, so it's a waste of time for this mission. Let's look at some off-map support. Haven't got a lot to play with. Oops. My armament specialist teams. I should actually also just have a quick look at the Spangle vehicles. I can get Cromwell's at it. That's another way I could do this. Sorry, I've only got 1 troop of Shermans. Not a lot of tanks at all. Here's the thing, do I bother with artillery? That may sound really silly, but there's a big map. I need the forces on the map, and there's a lot of places to hide. So the question is, do I bother with off-map support and just go for the tanks and just rely on the on-map support? I've got a lot of on-map mortars too, which I think are 120 mil mortar, at least 80 mils, I think. So do I really need to go and buy some howitzers, for instance? Or, can't do that. Or do I have like one giant reinforced platoon of tanks? Let's see what I can afford if I do it this way. No, not that. So I got scout cars, yada yada yada. So for instance, do I go with the Cromwells? A close support tank. They are still pretty cheap. And a close support tank could be good if I need something up close for the infantry, but I also really need some more Fireflies. Especially at these ranges. Probably go with the V's, about the same cost actually. Rarity, I've still got million points play with rarity. I'm not worried about that. Oh, I'm already up there. So actually, I don't need those. And do I just go Fireflies? Or an M10. They're cheaper than Fireflies. That's already done. Whoop, not there. Don't want to attach you to the infantry. Having another Firefly would be good. Without deleting a Sherman. Can I do it? If I delete a Sherman, I can probably afford it. I don't need you guys on. Or I can start deleting an infantry platoon from each company. Don't want to do that. You guys have to stay. Could delete the battalion HQ, but an extra leadership bonus on map would be nice. That is the other option. Or I get rid of some mortars. Light mortars are... I could delete one platoon from each company. That's what I'm thinking. Not that one. From B and C company. I could make it a 4 platoon attack rather than 6. And then use the extra points so I can probably afford another tank and a bit. Actually, I can delete one platoon. If I do that, and then I add on another Firefly. Because I know there's going to be Panthers out there. There we go. 3, not there, not there. That's why it's... You got to be careful of that for the newbies. Yeah, I was attaching that Firefly to the infantry battalion, so it's like all its leadership and all its bonuses and that would be coming from the battalion HQ, not the fellow tankers. What was I doing? Oops. About to do it again. What are you doing? Why? Thank you. Oh, that's right. I was looking at this, trying to find a leadership point. Okay. So it's taking its leadership from the platoon leader here. Within budget. So let's just make sure the HQ here, a bit better motivation would be nice for these tankers and leadership there. Let that filter through. And we can probably, with the last little bit of points, can't afford a platoon. No, over. Just. Actually, it's only just 57 points. We can save 57 points by going through this list. Maybe. These guys, they really don't need to be that brilliant. So let's change that to that. So already knocked off about 10 points. And yeah, I've got to watch leadership here. That's going to be a little bit low. No, didn't do much. Oh, 15 points. I'm just locking the knocking the leadership down for the HQ as well, though. Lots of green troops. The Polish forces here were just new in theatre, so in August, so they're not the best. Oh, come on, 18 points. We can find 18 points. Oh, that's only going to save me 2 points. Let's get rid of some light mortars. One point, come on. Bump you down to green. 1 point over. I'll live with it. I'll give that 1 point bonus to Slim. There we go. I think that's our list. We'll just run through it one last time. We've got a battalion of dismounted motorised infantry, which we will rename accordingly. Ithikial, they're awesome. They're Polish, not French. And I can't speak French or Polish. Ithikial, they always put Z, I don't know the Polish language, they always put Z stuff. I'll just leave it at Ithikial. I was trying to get fancy there. Leave it as Ithikial. And let's have a look here. And rename. There we go. I'll give Booty a shout out, head of the Few Good Men. You can be my head of my tanks. Oh, that's actually renaming the force. Oops. Platoon Booty. Rename. There we go. Come on. Close that off first. Lovely if we have scroll bars. Rename HQ Booty. And let's name the regiment. Armoured with a U, because armour has to be spelt with a U. I don't know why the Americans forget the U. No, that's a silly name. Armoured Might. Not original, but it'll do. And finally, the battalion itself. The Many Good Men. There we go. It's not the few. There's quite a few here. So, the Many Good Men. Okay, and I think that'll be it. So, I'm not too sure if it will let me deploy now. I think it will. So if it does, we'll keep recording and I'll deploy my forces on the map. And the battle will get started. How I'll run this is quite simple. If I can turn the sound off first. No, I can't do that. How we'll do this is I'll record a bunch of videos and we'll give my comments as we go. Put them all to splice them all together at the end and release it piecemeal onto the YouTube. In the meantime, though, so you're probably watching this right at the end of the battle. In the meantime, though, there is a forum I've already seen that Slim has started on the Battlefront forums, so you can watch the progress from his point of view already. Excuse me. Very dry throat. And I'll let all this out. Okay, so a bit of further information. Hour and 15 minutes, you've got to move fast. It is day, light fog, rarity standard, and there we go. That's all the rest. excuse me. So, it would be interesting to put tanks on both sides, but I think if we split them up too much, they won't be able to just overwhelm any German armour they see. I can safely move forces back and forth through this wooded area, so that could be an option. We'll start the tanks on that side, I think, and just race them forward and hide them in that road, and just wait to see where I get some spots from the armour, and I'll move my tanks accordingly. So what I'll do here, that's the main one, getting where are we going to place those tanks, one of the first and important things to work out. What's the range like? Yeah, see, you can't see beyond about 300 metres, so so if he just lines up on that Chateau Hill there, and he's not going to see anything at all. So we'll get the tank sorted, move the infantry around, and I'll see you all again real soon. Okay, finished deploying everything and getting the first moves ordered. It's very, very clumped up still. We do have a bit of a home rule, friendly gentleman's agreement that no shelling starting positions are on the first turn. So not expecting any pre-bombardment. So there's always going to be that delay factor in place, so we won't see anything until about the 5-minute mark, I don't think, if he's bringing artillery. Basically, I've got the companies all mixed up, separated on the two sides of this hill. I've got Charlie Company on this side, on the left flank, 2 platoons in the HQ moving forward. They're going to really contest that road bridge. I've got 1 platoon going far left, though, and they're going to try and wrap around a bit of a flanking force and a nuisance to try and hopefully spread out any Germans on this side. And I've also got the machine gun team moving up. They'll probably set up shop in these buildings and or along these hedges and walls just to lay down their fire. The tanks, they are going to race up and hide in these woods. They can't really be seen. I've got really low ground here, so I've got to get over a hill before anyone can see me. I do have 1 firefly that's breaking off, though. I'm just going to guard that main road. I do feel I was robbed, though. The 2 fireflies I bought independently only have 3 crew. Really, really weird. A firefly usually has... where is it? 4. Yeah, there it is. 4. Sherman has 5. Firefly has 4. I don't know what's going on there. If that's a bug or not, I have no commander. Really weird. Hope that doesn't really swing about the battle. On this side, I've got the other company of infantry, Battalion HQ, and I've also brought over the heavy mortars, medium mortars, from Charlie Company, and they're setting up shop with the Bravo Company mortars. They're all going to set up back here, as well as near the Battalion HQ. Battalion HQ is going to sit back and just basically be the radio relay guy. You notice here there is no radios at all as part of these sections, so he's got radio duties, and hopefully the machine gun HQ and section HQs and that, which are going to be getting all the way up to this hotel, can set up shop and basically see over the battlefield and call in mortars when needed. I want a minimum presence up here, enough to cover it from any attack, but at the same token, really just a minimal presence so I'm not easily spotted and blown away to bits. That's the real idea there. Anyway, that is the initial plan. Company on each flank to contest those minimum objectives of bridges, which I think the main fight's going to be over, and some little bit of support in the middle. Anyway, we'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll post more real soon. Cheers.